Hello friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for your love and support. I appreciate your support for watching the my all previous videos and sharing with your friends. So today we are going to discuss one of the more important topic which is much popular into the IT asset management. Whenever you are going to learn the IT asset management concept, IT asset management fundamentals, and the publisher specific licensing, be it Microsoft, Oracle, IBM, Adobe, VMware. It's very important to understand the challenges which we are facing within our organization. It's not that much easy to manage the IT asset management, as we have to gone through the n number of consequences. We have to think about tool, process, people. We have to think about the resources. We have to think about the license contracts, agreements, and compliance which held by the different publisher. So in this session we are going to discuss about all the challenges which we are generally facing while managing the SAM. So once again, I would like to welcome each and every one of you to ITAM Guru YouTube channel, and I'm sure that you people will enjoy the learning. If you feel you need any extended support, if you need any kind of help from my side, you guys can reach out to me anytime. I would be more happy to help you all. So without wasting time, let's discuss the key challenges which we are facing while managing the ITAM practice in all kind of organizations. I know that most of the time we used to start the ITAM project from scratch, where we have nothing. There is no process, there is no tool, and we don't have data in place, and we have to start dealing with managing the SAM for that organization. So it's really challenging, it's really difficult to deliver the effective software asset management for that organization. But yes, we are the one who is going to make that difference. As a SAM professional, we have to apply and expedite our expertise in order to help our customer to achieve their success, to manage their software license and compliance. And that's the reason companies are hiring us, and our role is making big difference in the ITAM industry. So let's discuss about the first and most important challenge which we are facing while dealing the software asset and compliance management for the organization, and that is going to be the tracking of all assets and keeping control over the inventory. So when it comes to discovering the inventory data, be it hardware inventory and software inventory, it's really a big challenge which we have observed when it comes to the larger organization, because we have to make sure that we have deployed the scanning agent or the discovery agent, which is helping us to gather and collect the inventory data. But based on our experience, we have seen that due to the decentralized environment, it is not possible, and it is not that much easy to cover all the endpoints from where we are getting the inventory data. And if we don't have the complete and accurate inventory data, it is going to impact on your compliance position. So it's one of the challenge which we have generally seen, that covering up all the endpoints to get the inventory data and to understand the software installation and deployment or all the assets is one of the challenge which we have observed over here. So next to that, we have also identified that visibility and the discovery or all the publisher, all the environment, all the operating systems, because as I said that none of the tool in the market which is having full functionality, which is completely helping you to manage your software infrastructure. So that's why each and every tool is having their own pros and some cons, and depends on our need. We have to think about the solution and technology which we are going to adopt in order to have visibility over our infrastructure and discover the our inventory. So it's also one of the challenge which we have observed, that it's not that much easy to discover each and everything from our organization, which is giving us better visibility due to the technical challenges or maybe some security concerns. So let's move on and discuss the another challenge which we generally face on our day-to-day basis. That's cost optimization and understanding the utilization of the softwares. Each and every organization is expecting to do some sort of cost optimization to make the benefit, and ITAM team is the one who is going to do the drill down in order to understand the cost optimization and the utilization of software license. They are going to make sure that we are not going to pay unnecessarily for something which we are not using. So in short, we should be focused on something which we are using and we should pay for that only. We should not be paying for something which we are not using. So it's one of the most important thing which I feel. In order to do the cost optimization, we will have to keep a track on the usage, we will have to keep a track on the procurement process. So we have to understand the deployment stage, we have to mature the process, and we have to make sure that we are not going to do any unauthorized deployment in our organization. So cost optimization is one of the important aspects which we have to follow, and it's one of the challenge where we have to keep a control over the purchase process, we have to keep control over the deployment process, because without understanding the utilization we cannot procure the software, and we cannot do the software deployment without understanding and following the appropriate practice and the process. So let's discuss about the next point or the next challenge which we have observed, that is decentralized software procurement process and having control over the decentralized IT environment. So it's talking about, as we all know, each and every company is having their own site, depend on their size of organization and their reach, and they might be managing their procurement at their site level, or it might be the local procurement team is managing their purchase, be it hardware asset and software asset. So as a SAM professional, it is going to be a bit challenging for us to collect the software contract, software license, software invoice copy, or maybe software PO copy, because this is going to be one of the artifacts for audit, or it's going to be the proof of purchase which we have to share at the time of audit. And if there is no centralized procurement process, it is going to be the challenge, it is going to be the tough for all of us to have the visibility over all the purchased softwares at a single glance, and we have to connect with different stakeholder if there is no centralized procurement process. So decentralized procurement process is one of the headache, or I will say the one of the challenging task for the SAM or ITAM team, which consumes a lot of time. It requires a lot of follow-ups to gather and understand the all the information which we require over here. Next to that, we have the most important challenge, that is unmatured software deployment process. I will say unmatured, unauthorized and illegal deployment of the software. This is what we have seen. If your company doesn't have standard SAM practice, if your company is not following the standard SAM process, so definitely there will be a illegal installations or deployment will happen. If someone might be having the admin right, they used to download the software from any third-party source, there will be a security risk, and that is your unmatured software process, and it is going to a big challenge when it comes to the audit, and you will definitely caught in the audit. So unmatured software deployment process which we have observed, and we have seen that there are many companies they doesn't know the impact and they keep doing the deployment at their level, but that is not going to be the good practice, and it's one of the big challenge for ITAM professional to handle unmatured software deployment process, and we have to work on that, and we have to help our organization to standardize the software deployment process. So next to that, we have the important challenge which we have facing or we have observed on daily basis. I'm sure that each and every SAM professional is facing and observing that challenge, which is complexity of software licensing and their agreement. Each and every publisher is having their own agreement. If let's take an example, IBM is having PA agreement, they also having PA agreement. When it comes to the Microsoft is having their own agreement. So when we talk about the agreement which is held by a different publisher, they are having their own license agreement, they have their own terms and condition. They have to, like, we have to follow all of this, and we have to keep ourselves up to date with their agreement terms and condition. And it's not that much easy. A layman person can understand the language which is written into the agreement. So if the person is having good understanding about software license and compliance, then and then only you would be able to understand the language which is written into the software contracts and agreement. So guys, it's very important to have better understanding about some terminology in order to understand the software contracts and agreement, their restriction, their do's and don'ts, and that's the only key where we can utilize the software in appropriate manner. So next challenge is going to be the, always each and every organization is going to focus on the data. When it comes to the SAM, I will say SAM is more towards the data. We are kind of playing important role in order to analyze, visualize, review the data, and based on the garbage data or the raw data which we are receiving, we have to make the fruitful result. We have to think about the accuracy in the license entitlement data or software deployment data, and we have to understand their licensing terms and condition, and based on that we have to play the integrity of the data which we are coming or which we are getting from different sources. When it comes to the discovery data, we are having data from third party sources like SCCM, Tanium, and sometimes we are having data from ILMT. Sometimes we are having data from the third party connectors, like as we have the AWS connector, we have the 365 connector. So we have the n number of connectors which we are going to implement, and we are going to integrate it along with our SAM standard tool like ServiceNow SAM Pro. We have the Flexera, we have the SLM, which is recently get acquired by the Flexera, and we are also having one of the most demanding tool, which is a GenSAM. So there are a number of tools which is helping us to get the data, and integration is to be placed. So we'll be discussing that point also in coming pointers. So let's move on and discuss the next challenge. That is going to be the it's very important to keep ourselves up to date with the new changes. Those are getting announced by the publisher. Each and every publisher is having that authority to do some sort of changes, and they will definitely announce it into the market. But as a SAM professional, we have to keep ourselves up to date with the new announcement, new changes. Those are getting announced by the publisher. So it's not like a static word, it's not like a programming, it's not like a testing. You have to understand certain logic, you have to understand the flow, you have to understand the process, and that is going to be for a longer term. That will never happen in SAM industry. Every day, in every moment, you will get new announcement, new changes by different publisher. And as a SAM expert, as an ITAM professional, it's very important to adopt these changes, have awareness about these changes, so that we can implement it while doing the software asset management for our customer, and that will definitely give the fruitful results to you and your customer, and we are going to make them definitely happy. So adopting the new changes regularly is one of the important, I will say it's kind of a necessity, and we have to adapt and learn ourselves. We have to keep learning and updating ourselves every day and every moment. This is going to be the one of the challenge. The next to that, we have the like most of you have seen that many customers are trying to move from on-prem to the cloud based licensing model. And whenever the customers are moving from on-prem to cloud, at that moment, while doing the migration, we have to make sure that we have uh, decommissioned each and every software we have, or the hardware asset we have uninstalled each and every software from our on-prem infrastructure, because if you fail to do that, auditor will definitely targeting such kind of entities. Those are moving from on-prem licensing model to the SaaS licensing model. It's a trend because most of the publisher are also enforcing us to move from on-prem to cloud or the SaaS licensing model, because they are getting the recurring payments. They might be getting more benefits, like instead of having one-time fees and waiting longer to get you people renew their product. So that's the reason I will say in ITAM it's going to be a trend. Maybe in upcoming year you will definitely see that publishers are moving from on-prem to cloud. And yeah, I will say everything will be cloud maybe in coming few years. It's one of the trend which we are observing recently. One change we have seen that the Broadcom has been acquired by the like we acquired the VMware. So that VMware is now no longer like VMware is with now Broadcom. I have created one separate video for that. Recently I have uploaded it, the expected changes which we are going to see after acquisition. And yeah, definitely they have also moved their licensing model from on-prem to cloud. So this is also one of the challenge, and we have to deal with that situation, and we have to make sure that there should not be any compliance issue. So let's move on, discuss the next challenge, that is the organizational awareness and the culture. As we know, end user or the employee, whoever is requesting a software to get installed on their machine, they might doesn't have the awareness about the software license and compliance. They don't know about if they have installed any software illegally, how it is going to impact. They don't know the rights and the rules, terms and condition, how to follow the software usage. They don't know the EULA. So as a SAM professional, it's our responsibility to have a regular meetup with our organization. We may send a generic email to make people aware about licensing, so that it will reduce your headache. And definitely they will cooperate with you, they will support you to get more fruitful result from your item practice. So making user aware or educate them about software licensing is really important thing. And they are not having good understanding about the software licensing. They are just adopting the culture which exists in their organization. They used to simply download and install the software on their machine. So this is the culture which we have to stop somewhere. We have to aware the end user, and we have to ask them to follow the standardized process. They have to go through the certain process, and it will definitely help us to achieve our SAM goal. So let's discuss the next challenge, that is going to be the most important, I would say, because I know many companies are getting confused while selecting the tool, while adopting the new technology, while understanding the requirement in order to transform into the tool. As we have multiple tools available in the market, and as a item professional, or maybe the management is bit confused on that piece, which tool is going to be better for them. Do we they like should we they go with the Flexera, or they should go with the ServiceNow SAM Pro, or should we they go with the Zen SAM, or they might have many more options available in the market. SLM is also one of them. It's kind of challenge for them to selection of appropriate tool. Each and every tool is having their own functionalities, their own capabilities, and based on requirement we have to understand that which tool is going to better for your organization based on your budget, because their price or the costing is going to be the differ. We have to understand the functions which is getting delivered by the Flexera, SLM and ServiceNow, and based on our need we have to choose the appropriate tool. As I said that none of the tool in the market is having complete functionality and feasibility package in the market, which will make everything for you. Manual intervention is required, even though any number of automations comes in SAM industry, but I will say the scope of human or the SAM professional is not going to end, because manual intervention is required as tool has been invented by the human only, so we need not to worry on that part, and we have to challenge to the tool, we have to get the benefit from the tool, and that's possible unless and until you are ready to adopt the new technology, you are ready to learn the new things, new changes those are coming into the market, so that we can challenge the tool and we can get the expected benefit from the tool. That's what I will say. So selection of the tool and getting the benefit of the tool is completely depend on the ITAM professional. Whatever the tool you have to deal with that tool, and you have to make sure that you are going to take the appropriate benefit, and which is going to be help your organization to streamline their infrastructure and get the more benefit. And I will say the next and the last but not least, that is going to be the one of the most important challenge, which I will say, to making our organization vendor audit ready, to having the clarity on compliance status for each and every publisher is one of the challenge, because you never know when auditor will come to your door and they will knock your door, but we have to be audit ready. We have to do the preparation to get our organization audit ready, and in order to become audit ready, it's very important, it's really challenging to understand their publisher specific licensing rule, their publisher specific licensing metrics, the way they are doing the amendment in terms of your contracts and agreement. In order to get the appropriate compliance, you should be having appropriate and accurate software license entitlement data in place, and after that only you can think about the software deployment data, and it should be accurate and complete. And once you have software license entitlement data and software deployment data in your hand, then you can think of applying your licensing skill and knowledge in order to prepare the effective license position. And once you have the ELP in your hand, you understood what is compliant and what are the software titles those are falling under non-compliant status, you have to prepare the remediation plan in order to reduce the risk. Definitely we can think of to do the cost optimization wherever you have an opportunity to do the reharvesting, but if there is no such scope, definitely we have to go ahead and buy the new software licenses. So it's one of the challenge, it's one of the big task which is getting performed by the ITAM professional, and that's the only reason we have very huge scope, very huge demand into the market, and you are the one who is going to make a big difference in your organization by delivering the ITAM services. Even though we have a lot of challenges over here, but SAM professional is the one who is going to fight with this challenge. So I will request everyone to appreciate the efforts those are getting performed or those are getting put by the SAM professional. So thank you so much, guys. These are the challenges which I have personally observed, and I have tried my best to explain to all of you. I hope you people learn something from this session. If I miss any challenges which you have observed, feel free to write into the comment. I will really appreciate that. One more request which I will do for you: if you really like this video, if you really like this session, feel free to subscribe to my channel, share this session along with your friends, and enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much, guys.